Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua says that Noordin Haji, the Director General of the National Intelligence Service, should take full responsibility of the deaths and destruction that the Anti-Finance Bill 2024 protests left in their wake for allegedly failing to communicate the reality to the President in good time. Kevin Mutai reports not only on the great displeasure the DP has with Haji, but also the seeming accusation of the President being unable to sense the mood of the country without the support of the NIS.
Just a few minutes after President William Ruto's national address at State House, Nairobi, on the unrest around the controversial Finance Bill 2024, his deputy Rigathi Gachagua hosted a press briefing at his official residence in Mombasa. One of the key themes in his address was failure. Failure on the part of Kenya Kwanza administration in delivering on the promises of the populace and failure of being in touch with the people.
How did we get here? How did we get here? We were just elected the other day as a very popular government. Where did the rain begin to beat us? Where did we stop listening to the people? President William Ruto and I were the darling of the Kenyan people.
And this disconnect, he argues, has contributed to critical and disastrous moments.
It is embarrassing to me as Deputy President that it has taken protests, deaths, mayhem, destruction for the President to know the truth. Yet there is an organization charged with that responsibility.
This, the DP says, falls squarely on the National Intelligence Service, specifically the Director General Noordin Haji, who he accuses of failing the President and running down the critical state agency.
Had Noordin Haji done his job, we will not be where we are today. He has no capacity. He is out of the country most of the time on business trips. The country is on his own. My boss, President William Ruto, is exposed. That he has to back down and admit that he has hurt the people of Kenya. Yet this matter has been in public domain for the last 2 months. I want to say that Noordin Haji must take responsibility for the deaths that occurred. He must take responsibility for the mayhem. He must take responsibility for failing President William Ruto. He must take responsibility for failing the government of the Republic of Kenya.
He also claims the NIS is responsible for the abducting of proponents of the anti-finance bill demonstrations and looking to spread propaganda.
Yesterday, Noordin Haji was trying to put up a team together to craft lies and propaganda and attribute the chaos that were in the country to leaders, I included, former President Uhuru Kenyatta and others. Yet it is very clear, and the President has admitted, that these protests were caused by the anger of the people of Kenya and their refusal of Finance Bill 2024.
Amid all the jabs thrown at Haji, the DP painted a curious picture of his boss, a picture of a president who seems to be out of touch if the intelligence service does not give him a brief. Gachagua pointed out that he has been on record saying that leaders should listen to the people, but this seems to have been ignored, and hence the troublesome situation the country finds itself in. While he did not outrightly accuse his boss, his sentiments raised questions on the operations in the topmost office or the office bearer. The DP, who began by addressing the deaths, injuries and destruction, he addressed the plans to hold protests tomorrow, Thursday, 27th June. These have been scheduled to see demonstrators attempt to get into State House.
I want to appeal to Generation Z to call off the protests for tomorrow because their cry has been heard by the President. The President has accepted that there was an issue, there was a disconnect.
Was this address by the DP a way to reduce focus on the displeasure with the administration and the President, or it is another chapter in the book of Ruto versus Rigathi? Kevin Mutai, NTV, in Mombasa.